Okay, so in the previous lecture, we talked about how to install libraries, right, and set up a game or a project on the local machine. So same thing we are going to do today also, but we will talk about some different libraries, right? So there is a library called MediaPipe which we use for computer vision. So computer vision is one of the domains of artificial intelligence. Okay. Now, how can you find about that library? How can you find information on Google about that library? That's what I'm going to explain you first. So, you have to simply type media pipe like this, in the search box, and it will give you a web page where right on top you will find the official website of media pipe. Now here you can get different projects, okay, that you can set up on your local device, and you can enjoy the computer vision things on your local machine, right? So this is the official website, and let us just try setting up a local try setting up a project on our local machine. So for that we have to click here on code, and it will take us to,
Sir, excuse me, sir.
yeah,
Your screen isn't shared.
my screen isn't shared. Oh, sorry. Okay, you will be able to see it now. It's now shared. So it has taken us to
Yes,
a
sir.
Git repository. Fine. Now this is a bit high level project, so for now we'll not do it. Let us check out some very basic project of MediaPipe. So for that we can come on solutions, and let's see if we can find a basic one on this website. Okay, so when you will click on solutions, it will take you to a web page like this, and here you will find different types of projects which are based on MediaPipe library. Now let us check out the face detection one for now. Okay, so this is for face landmarks detection, and I'm searching for the code actually. Give me a moment. Okay, let us try this one. This is object detection project, and the first thing we require for setting up this project is the library named MediaPipe. So how to install the library on our device? So with the help of this command, which you are able to see here, we can get MediaPipe and all the relevant things on our device. So we need to open VS Code, and we'll follow the same steps which we followed in the previous project, which is we'll first create a new file. Okay, and how can we do it? We can simply click Control and N. We can simply press Control and N keys together for creating a new file like this, and then we need to press Control Shift and Y keys together. Sorry, Control Shift and S keys together to save it with a specific name on our local device. So for now I'm going to use this downloads named directory for saving the file in the form of a Python file on my device, and I'm giving it MediaPipe So it's our first project of MediaPipe. So I'm giving it this name MediaPipe.1. And because it's a Python project, so we have to tell the operating system of our device also about the type of file. So for that we can use this extension .py at the end of the file name, and let's just save it. So I have successfully created a file. Now the first thing we need to do, as per the documentation present over here on this page, is we need to install this library named MediaPipe. So for that we can copy the command and we can come here on the terminal, view and terminal, and here we can paste the command, right? We can simply paste the command and run it. So give me a moment. Yeah, so we can control and V keys together we can press, and we do not require this $sign. It's only python -m pip install MediaPipe you have to use for installing the library. Okay, so because this library is already present on my device, that is the reason I'm able to see this message on my command prompt which says requirement already satisfied. So for now what I'm doing, I'm sharing the command in the chat box, and you guys can install this library through your VS Code terminal on your device. And also I'm sharing the link to this web page in the chat box so that you can use it in case you forget anything. Okay, so once the library gets installed, now the second thing we have to do is we have to start importing the library and start coding the things that we require to see as a result.
Excuse
Yeah,
I'm facing a problem. It's saying that Python was not found.
Python was not found. We'll have to show it to me here. Just share your screen and show the issue you're
Yes, sir.
facing. Let me unshare for now.
Sure. Yes, sir. Can you see it?
Yeah, your screen is visible to me here.
Hello?
Yeah, yes. Sorry, I was on
So
mute.
yeah.
Yeah, I was talking on mute. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, your screen is visible to me. So it says that run Python not found. Can you simply type Python or pip? Just type pip. Just type
Okay, sir.
pip and check if it is able to recognize it or not. Is execute the enter button. So it is not able to recognize the pip command. It means that you haven't selected that checkbox which I told you to do while installing the Python on your device. You remember I told you to select that checkbox, add to path,
Oh,
right? So you didn't select
I'll
it.
have to re-download it then.
You'll have to uninstall it and re-download it, because if I'll teach you the steps which can help your operating system in recognizing the path of the Python folder, then it will take a long time, right? So I request you to just uninstall Python from your device, and while installing it again, you have to tick mark that checkbox, okay, which
Okay,
comes at the
sir.
bottom of the white screen that comes up when you first launch your exe file of Python. Okay, I'm sharing my screen, and let's just continue with the tutorial. So here, the first three lines are import MediaPipe as MP, then from MediaPipe.tasks import Python, and from MediaPipe.tasks.python import Vision. So what is this first line doing? It is basically importing the MediaPipe library. Okay, it is bringing the MediaPipe library into our code. Okay, so I can copy this and let's paste it in the file which we created some while back. So this is how you need to paste the code. Now understand the code. Okay, we are bringing the library in our file as MP. सो MP इज एन अलायस नेम. MP एक नाम है जिसके जो हमने इस मीडिया पाइप को दे दिया. और अब अगर मुझे इस मीडिया पाइप को यूज़ करना है, इस लाइब्रेरी को यूज़ करना है, तो मैं इसको इस नाम से भी यूज़ कर सकता हूँ. You can use it with this name and you can use it with this name also. Now this library has two names. Media pipe is the first name and MP is the second name. Okay, so that is how you can create an alias name of a particular library using this as keyword. Fine. Let me give
Sir,
you another example. Yeah. Yes, dear.
sir, can I add like other names for the library, like
Yeah,
other than MP?
you can use any name of your choice. For example, if suppose you have to you want to create a game. So in the previous lecture I told you guys that pygame is a Python based library through which you can create any type of game. So if you want to import it like this and then you want to give it an alias name of your own choice, suppose you want to give it your own name as an alias name, so you can do that too. Okay, what is your name? Sorry, I think misspelled it. Yeah. So I can give it, an alias name like this. Fine. So it is totally your call with what name you want to refer the library with in your code. Now, once you're done with importing the library, what's the next step? Let's understand it. So where is that page? It says from mediapipe dot tasks import python. So I'm going to just copy it first and paste it here. Now let's understand this line of code. So there is a class named tasks, okay, which is present in the library named mediapipe. And this is how you can call it. This is a way of calling a class present in a library. Fine. Now I do not want to use this long name again and again. So what I have done, I've created an alias name for this class, okay, with name Python in my code. So now whenever I have to use this task, I will not use this whole name. Instead, I will use Python. Okay, so this is what alias name helps you with. In shortening the code, it helps us. So now the third line is mediapipe.tasks.python import vision. So from this class, which is present inside this class named tasks, which is present inside this media pipe. So we are importing vision. Vision can be a class or a function. We'll get to know about it in the, when we'll write the whole code. Fine. So the structure of media pipe is something like this. So media pipe is on the top. Then inside curly brackets we have a function name, a class named tasks. Okay, now inside this tasks we again have a class named Python. Now inside Python we have, let's say, a class named vision. So if I have to use this vision named class, I'll have to first use this media pipe name, then dot tasks, then dot Python, and after that I can import this vision named class like this. Okay, so let me just remove this whole thing for now, and let's come down and check what we have to paste next in our code. Okay, so the media pipe object detector task requires a trained model that is compatible with this task. For more information on a variable, I don't think that you guys know about models right now because we haven't covered this in any of the lectures. So let me see the entire code first, and after that I'll tell you how can we set it up in a simple way on our device. Okay, so importing Let's do one thing. Let's just check for a media pipe. Media pipe program. Media pipe basic program. Because the ones which are given on this website are a bit complex, which we'll be doing afterwards, when you will be, when you are aware of all the advanced things of Python. MediaPipe basic program, Python. Let's see if we can find one on this website, Geeks for Geeks. Okay, so we have a program over here. Fine, I think we will be able to do this one. Let's try this one. So I will be setting it up on my device first, and after that I will share the link of the page with you guys in the chat box of the meeting, so that whenever you get time, you can also use the information present on the page for setting up the project on your respective device. So we need to first import these libraries. The first one is CV2. Okay, so CV2 is a library which helps us in accessing the camera of our device. So if you are using a laptop and you want your code to access your laptop's camera, with the help of CV2 you can do it very easily. Now, how to install CV2 if you want to know about it? So you can simply check the pip command to install CV2, okay, on Google, and this is what you're going to come across. So this is the command you have to use for installing this library named OpenCV. Okay, the full name of the library is OpenCV Python, and to install it you can execute the command over here in the terminal. I think this one is also present on my device, so that is the reason I'm getting this message requirement already satisfied. Fine, but when you will try to install it on your device, because it's going to be your first time, you'll not get this message, but you'll see the installation happening. Let me share the command with you guys. So this is a command that you can fire in your respective VS Code environment and get this library installed. The second library is time named library. Okay, so this comes by default with Python. You don't need to install it externally by any command, because it comes by default with Python. Then the third one is MediaPipe, which I've already told you how you can install it. But in case you forget the command, so what you can do, you can again search for the command in the same way, the way we search the installation command for the CV2 library. So you have to simply type pip command to install MediaPipe. Okay, and again, this is the official website of Python developers, where you can find all the types of installation commands and packages. So pip install MediaPipe is the command through which you can install the MediaPipe name library. Okay, what is the next thing we have to do? Let's check it out. So okay, so let me just copy this code and put it over here. What is this? Do you guys know what is this?
So it's a variable.
Simple, it's a variable. Right, so what we are doing, we are calculating something through this command, and we are initializing this variable with the result which this command is giving us. Right, so mp.solutions.holistic. Fine, so what is this MP? MP is the name of the library. So there must be some class named solutions present in this library named MediaPipe, in which there is something called holistic. It can be a function which which gives us some or the other result. So what we are doing, we are calling this class, or you can say function, and whatever result this function can give us, we are saving it in this variable named mp underscore holistic. This is how you need to build your understanding. Then we have another variable named holistic underscore model, in which we are doing this thing. So mp underscore holistic, this is the variable we have used here. So we are calling this variable over here, and then dot holistic. Okay, so what we are actually doing, the result which we are getting from this, so we are then using this function named holistic present inside the result, okay, to calculate something. And it's a parameterized function. Why I am calling it a parameterized function? Because see, there are round brackets after this function. That is the after this name holistic, there are round brackets. That is the reason I'm calling it a function. Okay, now there are two variables which I am passing to this function named holistic. Fine, that is the reason I'm calling it a parameterized function. I have told you about parameterized, non-parameterized, custom parameterized functions, right? Custom non-parameterized functions in one of the previous lectures, if I remember. So this is a parameterized default function of the library named MediaPy. What are the two variables we are passing here? We are passing min detection confidence and min tracking confidence. It means that they must be there must be something related to tracking that this function will be doing. Okay, if you will come in front of the camera of your device, and or if you will bring your hand in front of the device, there must be some tracking which it will start doing, and whatever result you will see on your screen, this is the function which will calculate that result and show it to you as an output on your screen. Okay, this is how you have to build an understanding of yours about functions that you will use in the code. But for now, we are not focusing on it. We are just focusing on how to set up a project on our local machine. So the first thing we require is the libraries, how to install the libraries, how to find out the commands to install specific libraries you require to run a project on your local device. I've already told you that. Now, next thing we have to do is we have to just copy the whole code and paste it or in our local machine and check if the code is giving us the correct output or not. So this is the remaining code. Let us copy it. Okay, so I am okay. I think with the help of this I'll be able to copy everything in one go. Yeah. Okay, so I've copied everything in my file, and let me just save the changes. I'm going to push it down, and let's just check the code first. So as you can see here, we have used this library CV2. Okay, and what is it doing? There is a function named video capture present in CV2, and what is it used for? It is used for connecting to your computer's default camera. So if you are using a laptop, you must be having an inbuilt camera in it. Okay, and if you want to access that camera, you can pass 0 as a parameter to this function named video capture. So what it will do, it will automatically take the control of the camera and it will switch it on, and you will be able to see yourself in the video which it will play. Second thing is, suppose there are 2 to 3 cameras, 2 to 3 external cameras which are attached to your device. Okay, now if you have to access the second camera or one of the external cameras, so what you can do, you can change the value to 1 or 2 or 3, and then you can try checking the accessibility of the cameras. Fine, so this is one way of accessing the external cameras. Okay, let's come down. So here we have defined a while loop. So while capture dot is opened, while in Hindi translates to जब तक ये कंडीशन सही है तब तक आप ये सारी चीजें करो. ठीक है, आप ये सारी चीजें करो जब तक सबसे ऊपर वाली कंडीशन सही है. और सबसे ऊपर वाली कंडीशन क्या है? कैप्चर डॉट इज ओपन. जब तक आपका ये जो कैप्चर है, मतलब जब तक आपका कैमरा कैप्चर कर पा रहा है या फिर आपका कैमरा ऑन है लैपटॉप का, तब तक आप ये सारी चीजें करो. Fine, this is what the while loop is going to tell to the code and also to the camera. Fine, then if you'll see, with every code which is written over here, there is a line which is written as a comment just above the code. So there is something called comments in Python. This comments, what do we use comments for? We use comments for explaining our code to the user. For example, if you have to find out what this code has been used for by the developer in the file, so you can simply check this comment. What it is saying? It is saying that capture frame by frame. So a video is made up of different types of frames, different frames. Okay, after every millisecond a new frame gets generated and combination of frame creates a video. So this is a function which will capture the frames, which will create the frames through the camera of your device. Okay, and then it will combine it or whatever thing is required, it will do that. Fine, so this is what you can do to explain your code to the user. You can simply put a line of code or description and you can put a hash before it. Now when the interpreter, what is an interpreter? Interpreter is a translator which reads the code and prints the output or shows the output to the user. You must have read about interpreter and compiler in your previous classes, class 5 or 6 or 7. Now there you must have read about the differentiation, the difference between compiler and interpreter. What a compiler does is it reads the whole code at once, and if it finds any error in the code, it shows it to you in the error panel. What is the difference between compiler and interpreter? Unlike compiler, interpreter reads the code line by line. Suppose it finds an error in this line of code, so it will not go to the second line or it will not go to the next line till the time you fix the issue with this code. That's the difference between interpreter and compiler. Interpreter line by line पढ़ेगा कोड को और कंपाइलर सारा का सारा कोड एक बारी में पढ़ के ना उसको एग्जीक्यूट करके और आपको एरर दिखा देगा या आपको रिजल्ट दिखा देगा. लेकिन इंटरप्रेटर क्या करेगा, वो हर एक लाइन को पढ़ेगा, पहले इस वाली लाइन को पढ़ेगा, उसको एरर मिलेगा तो भाई वो एरर दिखा देगा, वो आगे की लाइन पे जब तक नहीं जाएगा जब तक पहली वाली लाइन सही नहीं हो जाती. ठीक है, दैट्स द डिफरेंस. सो पाइथन इज एन इंटरप्रेटेड लैंग्वेज. रिमेंबर दिस, पाइथन एक इंटरप्रेटेड लैंग्वेज है. क्यों? क्योंकि इट यूजेस एन इंटरप्रेटर इन द बैकग्राउंड which checks the whole code and shows the user a specific output. Then so this is what we use comments for in our code. Now let's come down, and the while loop is ending here. Okay, and if you'll see, there is an if control statement we have used on line number 82, and what it will do, it will check that if the user has pressed Q, then the camera's window should be removed or it should be closed. Fine, so when you will execute the code, you will get to see a window coming up in which you will be able to see yourself, And then if you want to close that window, you can simply press Q button. Okay, so it will break the while loop and it will bring the user outside the while loop. तो जैसे ही while loop से बाहर आ जाएगा ना हमारा इंटरप्रेटर, कैमरा बंद हो जाएगा और हमें आउटपुट दिखना बंद हो जाएगा. ठीक है, so this is the whole code. Let us execute it and check if we will get the output or not. So for now, for that we'll have to open the terminal, and as I've told you, we'll have to first cd into that directory in which our file is present. What is the name of our file? mediapipe-1.py. तो इसका सबसे पहले we'll copy the path and we will write here cd, and then control and v keys together we have to press. Now we can remove the name of the file from the end, execute the enter button, and you can see I am inside that folder in which my file named mediapipe-1 is present. It's time for us to execute the code present in the file. So for doing that, we can simply use this command python, and then the name of the file will come. Execute the enter button. Let's see what's gonna happen. So my camera is on and I hope you are able to see the output. Is it visible to both of you?
Yes, sir.
So the camera is able to detect me and the code is able to detect my face. It is also able to detect my hands. So what is the library that we use for face detection or object detection? It is
Media.
MediaPipe, right? Remember the name of the library. It is MediaPipe that we use for doing all these things. So uh, whatever things you see do in your Android mobile phones, on Facebook or social media platforms like Twitter and all, where artificial intelligence today is being used on a greater level. So there we are using these libraries in face detection, or when you when you put when you use filters for your face or your hands. So this is a library with which the developers have created different types of filters. Now if I have to close this window, I can simply press Q button and see the window is now closed. If I want to run the code again, I can use the same command and you will see in next couple of seconds the window will come up and I will be able to see myself in that, right? And again it is able to detect my face, it is able to detect my hand also. So it is able to detect now my hands, my both the hands, and also it is able to detect my face. Okay, so this is what we can do with the help of artificial intelligence libraries. Okay, for now I have to close this code, close the window, and this is it from my side for today. Let me just share the link of this web page with you guys before I end this meeting. So I would like you guys to just set it up on your device, and in case you come across any issues, please do let me know on my WhatsApp wall about your issues, or we can discuss it in the next lecture. Fine. So thank you very much both of
Yes,
you.
sir.
You guys can leave. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Bye, sir.
Bye.